Welcome on back to Skipper Say. I have 3 must-add players for your fantasy baseball teams in Week 17. Obviously on the road for this one, finishing up my baseball season for the team that I coach. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Discord. Still going to give you these 3 players. The first player this week is Julian of the Twins. He is 24% rostered so far this season, a 318 average, 9 home runs, 16 runs batted in, 2 stolen bases, and a 968 OPS. Julian's most elite skill in the minors was his ability to get on base, doing it at a 437 clip. Now he's starting to bring that to the big leagues. Over his past 10 games, the Canadian is hitting .602 with 17 hits and 5 home runs. For a team that is struggling to score runs, the Twins are in desperate need for this type of production. Although he's in a shoe-in for an everyday role when Jorge Polanco comes back, and he only has 20 plate appearances against left-handers this season, Julian is on a hot streak that a future platoon role overlooks for me. This month, he has a slugging percentage over 1,000 and an OPS over 1,600. Although he doesn't hit the ball super hard, he's running a good barrel rate at 16%. If you're in a league that uses OBP or OPS as a category, he needs to be rostered and streamed while he is hot. Must-add players, usually you hope that you can use them for the rest of the season, but right now we're kind of down, not totally the home stretch, but we're in the second half, about 60 games left of the season. You can just stream these players when you need some injury replacements. And got a diverse spray chart. I think the walk rate's going to go up as well, and you can always use someone whose batting average is that high, even if the XBA isn't always there. I am picking up Julian for this week. The second player is Chaz McCormick of the Astros. He is 40% rostered on the season, a 285 average, 12 home runs, 35 driven in, 9 stolen bases, and an OPS of 904. As someone who hasn't watched a ton of Astros baseball being in the north here, I know that McCormick has been good, but then I saw he has a weighted on base average in the top 5% in all of baseball. As well, I came across a tweet about Chaz from Tony Allen today. On June 26, 2022, Chaz McCormick was optioned to the AAA Space Cowboys. But before he could report, he was recalled back to the Astros due to a Michael Brantley injury. In his 455 plate appearances since then, Chaz McCormick is running a weighted runs created plus of 139, an average of 275, an OBP of 366, a slug of 474, an OPS of 840, and a weighted on-base average of 366. Since that June 28th date, 2022, Chaz McCormick's weighted runs created plus of 139 is 21st best in all of Major League Baseball with a minimum 300 plate appearances, and it's the 3rd best on the Astros, only behind Yordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve. Chaz McCormick is hitting .405 with 5 home runs in July, and although the StatCast numbers aren't the best, there's some value, just like Julian, in riding guys that are hot at this point in the season. Dusty is playing Chaz McCormick every day, and he is a good hitter against left-handed pitchers. They don't use him too much, but he seems to be in there every day. Another underrated bat that the Astros have done a great job at developing, I am picking up Chaz McCormick. And this one's going to be a little bit for more shallow leagues. CJ Crone of the Rockies, the first baseman, 52% rostered. This season, 251 average, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and an OPS of 762. I think CJ Crone was given up on by far too many fantasy managers when he went on the IL, albeit it was for 6 weeks. But since he has been back healthy, he's shown us why he was an autoplay at first base over the last 2 seasons. There's a nice little Scott White tidbit. He said that Crone was off to a slow start, and that, again, the 6 weeks is a long time, so it made sense for people to kind of be dropping him. But since coming back in late June, he's looked like that must-start player, batting .309 with 4 home runs and a .908 OPS. He had a home run on Wednesday that was 109 miles an hour, and he also had a 111 mile per hour line out. Again, the numbers are there for CJ Crone with the good hit data. For the season, his expected stats are really a lot better than his actual. It's a 273 expected batting average and a 512 expected slug. Again, the actual stats are a 251 batting average and a 466 actual slug. The StatCast numbers are great. 94th percentile max exit velocity, 86th percentile expected weighted on base average, 83rd percentile expected batting average, 93rd percentile expected slug, and a barrel percentage in the 94th percentile. If you need help at first base and CJ Crone is available, there is no reason for you not to believe he is back to his old ways. Thanks again, everyone, for watching this week's episode of Mustache. Subscribe, join the Discord. Let me know what you think of the players, some guys you are picking out for this week, and I will see you next time.